and welcome to my presentation on Bitcoin created by me, Emma Epstein. Bitcoin is a decentralized digital currency, which means that money is exchanged online without the involvement of banks or other big institutions. The transactions that occur are strictly between individuals or groups. The transactions themselves are stored on the blockchain. Bitcoin was invented in 2008 by an anonymous individual or group of individuals under the surname Satoshi Nakamoto. The true identity of Nakamoto is still unknown. Bitcoin began being used in 2009, and in 2010, Nakamoto gave control of Bitcoin to software developer Gavin Anderson, seen in the image to the left. Anderson fathered the Bitcoin Foundation in 2012, for which he was the lead developer, though he has not been involved with Bitcoin since 2016. The first major users of Bitcoin was the black market, with Silk Road, an online black market launched in 2011, being one of the most prevalent users at the time. The price of Bitcoin is highly variable and has risen and fallen by large amounts multiple times throughout its lifetime. In 2011, the price of Bitcoin started at just 30 cents per Bitcoin, and by January 1st, 2014, the price had reached $770 per Bitcoin. Bitcoin transactions are verified by nodes, which are computers that run Bitcoin implementations and store the entire Bitcoin blockchain, which is the ever-growing list of digital records linked together using cryptography. Bitcoins are created through mining, which is the process of solving mathematical puzzles for the purpose of making new Bitcoins. Computer systems with specialized chips compete to solve the puzzles to create a new block in the blockchain, and the first system to solve is rewarded with a Bitcoin. Miners confirm all Bitcoin transactions, and any individual or group can become a Bitcoin miner. Bitcoin funds are pseudonymous, which means that they are tied to Bitcoin addresses rather than physical entities. All transactions on the blockchain are public, but the owners of Bitcoins are not directly identified. There is a lot of controversy surrounding Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies in general because of the positives and negatives associated with them. One of the biggest pros is that Bitcoin is decentralized, which keeps the governments or other authorities from freezing or taxing assets. Another is the anonymity associated with Bitcoin, as it prevents transactions from being tracked back to a specific user and omits the need for sharing personal information. Bitcoin is also highly accessible, with transactions taking only a few minutes and being available in a large number of countries, the list of which continues to grow today. Bitcoin is highly volatile, meaning that it changes very quickly and very unpredictably. The highly variable nature of Bitcoin prices can be a positive and a negative, as it gives the potential for incredibly high returns, but also for high losses depending on how each user conducts their transactions. Similarly, the decentralized nature of Bitcoin can be seen as a negative because there are no penalties or legal protections, making it highly vulnerable to scams. Bitcoin transactions are also irreversible, so there is no way to undo a transaction if the wrong amount is sent or assets are sent to the wrong address. Bitcoin mining is also very bad for the environment, as it requires a large amount of energy and thus produces a sizable carbon footprint. 2021 was arguably one of the biggest years in terms of Bitcoin's popularity, with major companies such as Tesla and PayPal getting involved. Bitcoin has continued to grow in popularity both with investors and the general public, and it will likely continue for a while to come. Considering the variety of conflicts that have come forth over the years since the launch of Bitcoin, whether it be a large drop in value, technical difficulties, or the general uncertainty associated with it, Bitcoin has still remained the frontrunner of cryptocurrency. The long-term future of Bitcoin is still unclear, but it seems that it will continue to grow in popularity for the time being. Here are my references, and thank y'all for watching.